Like and subscribe on the way in the door, my people. I hope you all are having a truly fantastic day today. You see the title of the video. LeBron James is whining because people think Michael Jordan would average 50 in today's league, which obviously is not ridiculous to think that. Do I actually think he would average 50? I think it's a good chance he could average 50 for a season. I know definitely if he wanted to average 50 for a season, he could. But again, because Michael Jordan tended to play within the flow of the game, because Michael Jordan is going to do what's best for the sake of winning, I don't think he would average 50. But I definitely think 40 plus is for sure. But anyway, yeah, so LeBron James is offended. He thinks it's disrespectful for people to say Michael Jordan would average 50. Let's read this article. So it says, on an appearance on the Road Trippin' podcast, James weighed in, boldly declaring Jordan wouldn't average 50 points as many believe he would if he were playing in today's NBA. LeBron is a student of the game. He knows its history and the players who paved the way for the modern era of basketball. So when he says that it's disrespectful to assume Jordan would average 50 points, people should take notes. And I'm going to interject here and say people should definitely not take notes. If LeBron James says it, chances are he's in his feelings just like fanboys. And he's upset that people are not saying he would average 50. But anyway, so it goes on to say, with advancements in training, nutrition, and technology, today's players are bigger, faster, and stronger. The game's pace has also increased significantly, with teams focusing on speed and three-point shooting rather than traditional post-up and isolation plays. So while Jordan was undoubtedly one of the greatest scorers in NBA history, assuming he could score more than he did in his era may be unfair to the players currently dominating the game. Are you serious? Assuming he could score more is unfair to the players. Why is it unfair? Fanboys, this is a good question for you guys. Why do you think it's unfair to assume that a guy who was scoring against much more physical defense would average more than he did back then? To me, that's just logic. Again, I keep bringing this up the same way that Kevin Durant was derailed when they let Boston play a bit of physical defense. It is logical to assume that players who could score under adverse conditions would score more when conditions are less adverse. The same way, it is a fair assumption to assume that a lot of these players today would not score in the 90s like they score today. Players today who are, some of the greatest scorers, whether you're talking about Luka or Durant or LeBron James himself, would not be able to score the same way in the 90s. You do not have freedom of movement. I mean, that is just logic. So I'm not even sure what's this whole unfair thing. I know what it is. Is everybody in today's culture is just soft and whiny, and it again starts with your King fanboys. You guys are a perfect model for the CFL. You guys are some model citizens for the CFL. And then, so I guess this is the quote from LeBron James. He says, "There is nobody that's going to average 50 in our league. That's just disrespectful. No matter how great you were in your era and how great you are to play in any era. If that's the case, I believe guys will average 50 in their era, the era that they played in." So I guess he's saying if Michael Jordan could average 50 now, he would have averaged 50 back then. That shows you this guy can't have that high of an IQ. That's just ridiculous. For someone who's so-called a student of the game. What are you talking about? See, here's the problem. Again, this really just goes back to LeBron James not wanting to admit that he took shortcuts. He doesn't want to admit that he did everything to make it as easy as possible for himself. He wants to be given the same credit as the players who actually had to grind it out, who had to spend their career grinding it out, who actually had to get better. LeBron James has so many holes in his game, not to mention the free throw thing. But yeah, to me, this is just some more of LeBron James whining that people are holding him accountable, for the way the league is today. It's like you got freedom of movement. What are you talking about? This is why you could still average 25, outside of Balco, allegedly, why you could still average 25 at the age that you are. This is just total foolishness. This is LeBron James in his feelings because he can't average 50. Because he can't average 40. Because he can't average 30. In any era. And whatever his average is now would be less back then. I guarantee you, if LeBron James started playing in the 90s, he would not have a 21-year career. He wouldn't have 4 championships. Like, this is only logic. I don't understand. For you fanboys, if you really cannot understand how someone who averaged 30 with hand checking, with much tougher defense, could average much more than that in a league where it's freedom of movement, then yeah. But, you guys have really shown that you don't know anything about basketball at all. I actually wonder if a lot of you guys even really watch basketball at all, or if you are strictly just followers of LeBron James on social media. I wonder, do some of you guys actually watch basketball, or do you simply watch highlights all the time? Of LeBron James, of course. Because some of the stuff you guys say is just totally ridiculous. But, I guess LeBron James actually plays basketball, and he still says totally ridiculous stuff. But anyway, we gonna hold up here. It's LeBron James, I guess, in his feelings. To say that that's disrespectful doesn't make any sense. I mean, to me, what LeBron James is basically saying is, if I can't do it, it can't be done. If I can't do it, surely he can't do it. Because LeBron James, he thinks he's on Michael Jordan's level. And he wants everybody to think that he's on Michael Jordan's level. Again, he wants to ignore all the shortcuts. He wants to get the same respect of people who have played the game the right way. But anyway, we're going to hold up here. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. What do you think of LeBron James getting in his feelings, saying that it's disrespectful to say Michael Jordan would average 50 in this soft league in the Barbie era? Let me know what you guys think. You all have a truly fantastic day, and I'll see you next time. All right.